Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities podcast. I'm your host, Melvin the Crimson Taurus, and Niema can't be here with us tonight. Honestly, I'm not even sure what I'm doing here tonight, but somehow here I am. And also, since Niema isn't here, that always means someone's filling in for something like that. Well, we have the original night owl herself, the prettiest witch of all, the one and only Bonnie.
Well, thank you. Hey guys, how's everyone?
So, at first, I was just gonna do a yapping at midnight, but Bonnie's like, "You want to go live? We could go live." Well, not exactly like that, but pretty much here we are. We're now live, and I do hope people come in and show up. Otherwise, I'm gonna wear a dunce hat because I'm gonna have to edit all this, and no one showed, and that's gonna make me very sad.
Aw, we'll have some show. No worries.
Okay, so we're somewhat just winging it. And if you were here live, you would actually know this because you get to hear everything and not the edited version where I'm going to make it sound as professional as possible.
Yes, I told you.
Oh, and someone is here.
And yeah,
So,
we got.
um, oh, why do I always have trouble saying your name? Alicia.
Really, you have a hard time with Alicia?
Because I want to say Alicia. I don't know why. I just want to say Alicia. I don't know. Kind of like Orly. I want to say Orlay.
Like what? Well, I know. Well, I could have understood Orly or something, but no, Orly. Or, now I can't even say it. Thank you, Mel.
You're welcome.
No, but Alicia, is that you're? So yeah, you're trying to make it really complicated and really. You know what? You're trying to add like some pizzazz to it. You were trying to make it more. What's it called? What's it when something's really not like it? Dang it! I can't even think of the word. But it's like a. You're just trying to put like another whole different kind of pizzazz to it. Alicia's cool. I like the name Alicia. Alicia.
We can call her. We can call her Leash.
Oh, let's wow. Where'd that come from?
Well, this is what she said, not me.
Oh, did you say that's what she said? Because that's pretty cute.
Yeah, well, she said we could call her Leash. That's what she's saying in the chat.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't just say, yeah, we're just gonna call you Leash. Hey, Leash, get over here. I'm not gonna do that.
That would be odd. That would be hot. But that's my girly. No, yeah, winging it. Look, you know, you know, I will say the one thing that is like on the top of my mind that's been going on for me, and I don't know, it may be a lot of people right now because I have a friend that it's going on with him as well. Synchronicities and just like weird. Uh, I always feel like I can't cuss, and what's funny is you've allowed you're used to me by now, but it's like I want to say like poop or caca with you, but it's like really weird shit happens, like has have been happening lately, like um, it's like being in a little spat with somebody, and like me being ugly and using ugly words to somebody, and those exact words, both of us have said, coming back and being on a movie that I just happened to watch.
I am a witness to this, by the way.
Yeah, he like I sent him. I said, okay, like okay, so this was said not long ago. My feelings are hurt, but yeah, of course, like I'm honest. I'll be when I call somebody a word, and the words were just like I called somebody a narcissist after they had called me like not bipolar, but like I
Borderline.
think it went borderline personality, and it was like because like it was just literally I know it was meant to be mean to each other. I mean, I'll vouch that that's what I said it for. And the movie clip that we like, he's like, you got to watch this movie. I was like, okay. I said, why? Because when somebody says it to you like that, there's, it's like, okay, why? Is there something weird about it? Well, you'll see. And literally, I kept waiting for it and waiting for it, and I'm like, I'm not getting it. I evidently I not seeing what I'm supposed to see, and then like right at the last, I'm like, holy crap! Like these people in the movie say the exact same things in the exact same context, but because they were angry and bickering, and it was just like that is like one of the most hardcore like synchronicities that I have ever dealt with. And it was like, whoa, man, like what do I do with that? Um, it blew my mind. It was just like, okay, like so I just kind of wonder, is that something that happens to a lot of people? Like, I mean, a lot of you guys, because I don't even, I don't. It's rough. It's been like I don't know what to, what's going on lately. It's like, okay, am I missing some type of message that I am not learning? Because in my experience, if I don't learn that message or that lesson, I know that unfortunately I'm going to, there's a good chance I'm going to learn it again or have to experience again. And I think that's not fun.
No, it's not fun. It sucks. And Bonnie, for some reason, you're going in and out.
Am I really? Hang on.
Yeah.
Am I better now?
Oh, yeah. Whoa, you sounded very seductive right there.
Am I better now? Hello.
Well, now you
Hello,
just killed it. Now you sound
guys.
like some
No.
vampire or something that's like
Wait a minute.
trying too hard.
Wait a minute. So you said I just killed it.
Well, before
I'm
it was
hurt.
kind of seductive. Like, am I better now, sexy? You know, it's like,
So
hey. And then all of us, what
so
about
so
now?
so I
Yes.
screwed. So I made it really bad. Like by.
But you aren't breaking up now. So yes, technically you did make it better.
That I don't know what the heck I did, but I did, and whatever. As long as I make it sound better and not like broken up, because that's always, I don't know. I always tease. It's like it's the spirits, but sometimes it's just crappy service where I live.
We'll just say it's the implants.
Ooh. Now don't do that to me. I will not sleep for like a week.
Um,
Like, um, oh gosh. Well, I've been like doing some work at my house, and so I've stayed at my mom and dad's for a few, like for it's been like several days now, and it's funny because it's like if anything's been going on, I've not noticed it here, except for, did I tell you about the turtle dream? This
the
is going
turtle
to
dream.
sound crazy.
I don't think so.
No, that sounds kind of weird, don't it? Okay, so this was like my parents had gone on a vacation, and so I was at this point was, and this is like not the dream part, obviously, but I had been house setting, and they have a swimming pool, and I'm actually out by their swimming pool right now. If you hear the water in the background, it's really nice. It's just kind of soothing and relaxing and so forth. But I had been out there that night, and I had checked, and just kind of like set up by the pool, and then but it was hours later. I went to lay down, and when I fell asleep, and of all things, I dreamt that these turtles, and they were like the little bitty baby turtles, but I think they were like little bitty sea turtles. They were so cute. And well, one got stuck in the skimmer, like where it will go and spin. And like, I mean, even like animals that are made for water can like die in those things because it just kind of holds them in this spin, like world. If they need to come up for air at all, they're not gonna make it for that long. And so I scoop them out, and then I look back, and there's three more where that one was. And I kept going, and it was like every time I got one turn, it was like there was three more, and it was insane. And like I didn't know where the turtle dream came from. I don't know if that is significant. I've had people tell me that it could be a significance. However, it was right prior to, and one of the hurricanes fixing to get really bad, and they were talking about these baby sea turtles, and that they were afraid that they weren't probably going to make it because of the hurricane. And I'm going, oh my God, I'm supposed to save the turtles, but I'm here and that's there. So I hope they make it or made it. You know.
Okay.
Now, I didn't tell you about the turtle dream. I
I
can't
mean, you
believe
may have, and I forgot,
because
but
I don't remember my dreams typically. That's not my strong suit at all, and it was very very strange. Like I would scoop the turtles up, and there's another turtle. And so like, where are these? Where are these little shits coming from? Because there's nothing turtley around where we're at. Turtley, I don't know. Well, there's like you just we don't see a whole bunch of turtles around, especially sea turtles in the middle of the country. So
okay.
it's very
Now,
strange.
uh, that is odd. I don't know what to tell you. That's just weird. And I mean, at least you were trying to save the turtles because I like turtles. I think they're really cool animals.
Oh, they are.
But that's weird. And going back to your synchronicity real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was witnessing this, and Bonnie's like, "Okay, Melvin, like check this out," and she sends me a clip of this movie, and of course, because I'm me, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is such a chick flick," based off the title, and
The love witch.
it seemed cheesy with the acting, and I'm thinking to myself, why would anyone watch this? But it gets to the part where they talk about, like, you're borderline. Well, you're a narcissist, and I was like, whoa, because it was honestly almost word for word. And I told Bonnie, I'm not touching it. Like,
I know. Well, the name of the movie is The Love Witch. It's like, wait a minute, what's all this shit about? Like, I don't know how to take this. I don't know how to process this info. Like, because there are a lot of synchronicities anyway with this person. So it's like, it's really just insane anyway. It's like, uh, in certain ways, I mean, like some of them would just like stand that person out, so I don't really want to do it. But there have been synchronicities that were more than like slap you on your head type, like hey in your face, like you can't ignore this. So I'm like, okay, this is either, like a past life type of relationship repeating itself in some way, or a lesson that I didn't learn or I need to learn, or I mean, like I'm just I don't know. It's one of those. It's significant enough that it gets your attention, as well as and everything going around with it. It's crazy.
crazy is an understatement. Uh-oh, and I think we lost.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
No, I'm here.
okay, you're back. All right.
No, I'm here. I'm just if it goes, I'm muting it because my mom's dog came out to go potty,
Oh, okay, I got you.
so she's barking and she's a little she's a chihuahua. Let's just put
Oh,
it that way.
I don't like chihuahuas very much.
But do the accent for me, please.
What accent? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, you know the
No, I
accent.
don't know. What accent?
What is your Mexican alien? What is
What,
it?
Bob? Bob
Yes.
doesn't feel like coming out.
Well, he already is. Too bad.
Ah, yes,
I
the
like
Chihuahua. Very good dog. Excellent dog. Can I see your feet, please?
Bob.
Arr.
Bob and his foot. Bob and his foot fetish worries me.
Well, it is
I
nothing I
don't
can
know.
do about the foot fetish. I like
He
the
likes
feet.
it. He likes it. He likes it. But it is Taco Tuesday. I don't know if that has anything
Ah,
to
yes,
do with it.
the tacos. The ladies love the tacos. I like the feet. They
Yes,
like
they.
the tacos.
Well, okay, I'm going to leave that alone because I would make you die. You, you
Okay,
knew what I was
so
going to say.
for anyone who tuned in real quick, so you can know, Bob is probably gonna be our mascot, and he is a Mexican gray alien who has a foot fetish, and that's all I can say about that. So take it as you will. Um, I don't know exactly. Actually, Nima and I we were having a show, and I don't know, something silly happened, and Bob was created,
Bob
and
came out.
yeah,
Bob
he
came
came out.
out.
So every now and then, Bob will make an appearance, and he'll talk about the feet. So
The feet. Like the only one I can do two different, but they're not like original. Like I can do two. Like what are the guys that little? I don't know the names, and this is terrible. Um, but the crow looking or buzzard looking things from the Dark Crystal,
Well, you could
it
go.
starts with
I can't think of their names. I know that show's on
skag
Netflix
skag
now.
skag. But those characters, I can do. I can kind of do that a little bit, but I only usually do it when I'm like one of my kids are like trying to like pull one over on me. I'm like, what do you think? You know what it's like? It comes out naturally. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound like one of those creepy things from the Dark Crystal, and I'm like, oh, like that. It's just weird. It pops out natural. Or I'll do the Gollum or what's Smeagol.
Smeagol slash
Cool.
Gollum. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna have to like not smile when I do it. One salts. Blue salts. I've done that though for years, just playing around. I didn't even like. Yeah, my coworkers don't care for that too much.
I mean, it's kind of freaky.
It is kind of creepy. Well, Gollum is pretty freaky. I don't.
Well,
I
I
it's he's
feel bad for him though because
he is so too. I'm a compassionate person, but he is creepy.
well, I still feel bad for him.
You wouldn't want to run into him. Would you run into him in a cave and feel safe? No, probably not.
No, he's a little devilish thing, but I still feel bad for him. Actually, speaking of devils, you know,
Oh.
the other day we were you and I were discussing like just different little demon thingy majiggers, and
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to now think that calling all these things, or at least a good portion of them that go bump in the night, demonic. I don't think that's quite accurate because I look at it like this. As an example, we'll say fairies and angels. Well, fairies are supposedly light beings. They have wings and they sparkle and all that stuff, and they're supposed to be
They're
benevolent.
neato.
Where angels, same thing. It's just fairies
Mm-hmm.
are supposed to be somewhat smaller, and yet they're very similar if we go by that. And yet we don't call them both angels. They're two separate beings. And I look at the
Mm-hmm.
demons, and it's like, man, we call all of them demons, but what if they're all separate
They're not
beings?
right.
And I'm
And,
wondering if
and I'd like to explain. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're wondering.
Oh, no, I was just wondering if that actually plays an effect with them kind of being somewhat PO'd. Because, some of them, well, yeah, I mean, it could be disrespectful. Like, don't call me this. I'm not that. I'm a Zuzu or something. I mean, like, I'm just really thinking about it. Like, a succubus slash incubus. We call them succubus, incubus, yet we'll still call them demons. And it's like, but what is a demon?
Right. Okay. And that's the thing. It's like I think that people get that they get that thing that term twisted and turned around, and it's overused, for sure. Because what's a demon to one person's not going to be a demon to the next. I mean, like my favorite person, the one that you love to torment me with and make me watch her videos. You're so evil. You're a demon when you do that. Um, I think real demons are like usually living humans, but let's just go there. But like so, when she's always getting attacked by one, and like I have done spell work and so forth with the ones that she's like, terrified of. Well, I mean, like if you are disrespectful to someone or something, usually they're not going to be nice in return to you. It's a respect, and I've said, you have to, and I've always, like I told you, Mel, like it's not meaning that you go in trusting a bully. No, no, don't do that. I mean, it is what it is. Like you treat it like you would anything that's living. Would you just trust any human? Probably not. You have to go in there with like a little bit of your own knowledge and wisdom, and like, okay, something's not right here. Um, but I, like I told you, the only one that I ever like was ever really intimidated by was Miss Lilith, and that was quite. That was quite. I was just a little bit nervous. So I'll say that much. And you've had that, yeah,
Yeah,
right?
no, dude. Okay,
You just thought about that. You just
I
thought about it.
won't I won't go into extreme details. Um, but I will say this: one night, um, I had a lot of visitors, or at least I think I had a lot of visitors. Who knows? Maybe I'm losing it sooner than I thought.
No, you did have. I had a really bad night. It had been like it was one of those weird things that I'd had. Things happened with my kids, and my kids are the things that keep me strong. Has kept me strong for a very long time. And when something attacks them, or something, or they're having a hard time in some way, I have a hard time. And I was like, dude, I'm not good. I'm not good at all. I need someone to talk to. And I'm not usually a weak person, but I had that weak moment. And so, yeah, like they all came out hanging, like, hey, girl. And they all came out hanging at Mel's place. So that's what's fun.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it was interesting, but I I'm gonna sound nuts, but a few of them that showed up, they left a chill. Like I don't know how to explain it too much, except for it was a chill. I would say the best thing you could do is get some ice and just let it sit on your arm for about 2 minutes and then remove it. And that after feeling that's there, that's I think would describe somewhat of what some of them felt like. And with one of them, I don't know how this was possible, but mind you, this was like 12, 1 o'clock a.m. And somehow a giant firework would go off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? Who is popping fireworks at 12, 1 a.m.? And into,
Right.
here he comes. I feel another chill and a vibration is like, whoa, whoa, I don't want to mess with you, buddy. And then I heard drums. Okay, at
Hang
this
on.
when the drumming happened, it was about 2 a.m. And I was
Yeah.
just like, what the heck? Why? Who is playing a full
It was
set of drums at
You know
2 a.m.?
what's funny? It was like when I didn't even like if I just would have told you what the drums like, I could have weirded you out and you wouldn't have slept for days. It's like if you've ever seen the Amityville Horror, like the drumming that they hear in the middle of the
Dude, don't tell me that.
music. You're welcome. Sleep well, my
So,
dear.
and it's funny because all of them, the quote unquote demonic entities, all of them had a chill factor happening except for two of them. And of those two, one of them I know for a fact, she's not demonic, and that is the Morrigan. She's
Mhm.
something else, a
Celtic
goddess.
goddess.
Yeah, so she had a warm touch, and she doesn't really follow the rules when it comes to making her presence known exactly. I always say, touch me on the left arm. And she's like, no.
Nope. I'm touching on your right knee.
Yeah, so, which is fine. That's
Well,
whatever.
you didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
she she's like I told you though. I've told you with my experience with her that she's very, very unique and very. I always like I said, she's a hard teacher. She doesn't let you just. You can't. You can be stubborn to a point, like because I know she's put up with some of my crap. I know she has. Lets me, deal with whatever I'm going through. But she knows that at the end of the day, I'm going to be strong enough to get through it, and she's just going to be there to, you know what I mean, to like motivate me even more. And so that's why. That's why she won't really let you. She's going to push, like with you. I think she was in her own way. It was like probably pushing you to like not be as afraid as you were. Like no, I'm going to touch you on your right knee or wherever. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Just so that she can. So I'm not going to hurt you, and I didn't hurt you, did I?
yeah. The good thing about her is, for me anyway, she comes off a bit more motherly than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe an aunt. That's probably a better way of putting it. Okay, but the second one who didn't have a chill was freaking Lilith. And that was the most bizarre energy I have ever felt.
Ah, you're telling me.
And you guys, um, oh man, how do I put this? So I'm assuming everyone has seen a snake move and how they're very smooth and deliberate and they just slither along and it's almost mesmerizing. Well,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
like that.
her
Hello.
that was her energy for me. It was something hypnotic and mesmerizing about it. And it was almost like she just slithered in like a snake.
Yeah.
And it was bizarre, man. Like it was
Well, and
just
it's like
bizarre.
that whole. She's so much older and more like, and I don't want to like old, like, but like she's more ancient than ancient. Like like it's you cannot comprehend it. You know, like I have no idea. Well, and the Mormons the same, but these considered female type entities, they're a whole different level of when you call it like ancient and the wisdom that comes with them. It's a different type, and like with Lilith, it's like I said for me, and y'all know that like I've gone in the closet, those other houses, things like that, and just didn't think twice. Okay, you want me to do it? All right, I'll do it. I didn't care because well, I did, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't scared. Lilith is the one that has like, okay, I can't breathe. So I don't know if I want to keep going up the stairs because like I literally had to force myself to finish to get myself, push myself from being scared. And that's not, and that was a little upsetting for me in a way because it's being afraid in those kind of haunted places. I haven't had to deal with the fear, like that kind of fear, since I was a kid. And it wasn't, I don't think it was even the fact that seeing her, I wouldn't mind even seeing her. I think it was the fact that I knew she could have chunked my ass down the stairs and just twisted my neck if she wanted. It was that kind of thing. It was like you knew she was there. There's no denying it. Not one, nobody, anybody that even is, I would say people that aren't as sensitive, they would feel something and there was something that's off. When I was in the place I was, when I experienced her so hardcore. And I like it's one of those if you can't even tell, like explaining it right now, like from straight memory. You know what I mean? It's like one
Mhm.
of those things. And like you did, just too. It's something with her whole energy that you don't soon forget. Um, it's very weird.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's something off about it and to the point where I straight up said I would never trust her. Like no way. I don't want to
uh,
disrespect her, but I know that she is way more clever. I mean, they're
uh,
already more clever than us, but she is
oh, she can be
way more.
tempting.
So, and
Right.
and
Absolutely.
it's funny because she's actually banned from me now. So,
Yeah. Your guy's a little bit on the I'll call it protective, but jealous is another word that we like
jealous.
to use. I
Wow.
said it a little bit. Yeah, I think so.
Um so what happened with that guy is I was actually doing a reading for Bonnie and we're going over some
Yes.
stuff and you were the one who's like, "Whoa, did you hear that?" And I'm like, "Hear what? I didn't hear anything." And it's like it sounded like a voice, like a woman.
Yes.
And you're like, "Oh, she was kind of older. It wasn't Daisy." Like, was that Pearl? And she was feisty.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, because it kind of made creep me out. I was shocked that I even heard her.
yeah, so that I don't know if she was mad or anyway, but Lilith, I
Oh.
guess she crossed the line and yeah, she's banned. So, which is rather funny to me. I mean, I it's like, can you do that?
Like what? She did.
And
Well, that's what our guys are for, is to protect us. So,
yeah, so
yeah.
I would like to know the story why. I can only deduce what it is and probably still not be right, but I guess if Bonnie wants to say jealousy, then we'll go with jealousy,
This
but
probably, yeah.
But
Oh yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. It happens. Ooh, did I tell you about like so? My one friend that I was, that I talked to recently and was like just therefore going through that had been going through something. Remember me telling you about this person? I haven't told you about this. Their synchronicities. So it's like it's going on all over the place. Like this dude is literally doing witchcraft just by accident, like I was before, like that chaos magic fiction. Like, but it's very weird. It's in strange ways. He's like, it'd be really crazy. He's like, he goes, I'm worried that where I work that they're going to start shutting down and like the plant's going to close. And it was like he sends me the news clip the next day. I'm like, stop talking and thinking. You just can't think anymore. You're not allowed to do that because it's like his thoughts are like, well, he's going through a separation and everything. And so, like, when you're going through those kind of emotions, first of all, and like I said, remember with me when I told you when I had to first start going and figuring out what witchcraft was and everything and what it wasn't and so forth. You know, I had gone through my boy's dad. Had like abandoned them in a way and just quit being there. And then I was angry, and then he got sick, and I had to kind of feel very guilty for him being sick because I was beyond angry. Let's just put. I mean, I said things out loud that I didn't think that the words I said out loud spoke, but my intention and my anger and the passion behind the words I said had heavy impact. Okay, um, my friend he was also explaining to me that. He was thinking about going to eat at this one place that he liked, but he was like, nah, I won't go there. But his son sends him a picture from him being there. It was like he's going through all these weird things himself that it's like, dude, you're a witch. It's like, no big deal, that's all that is. And like now he's noticing the X that he's pulling himself away from, because like unfortunately, when a person manipulates, they like to try to drag a person with a good heart back, and that's kind of what he's dealing with. And just having to kind of learn his own that being a kind person, being the right kind of person is a good thing, and it shouldn't be a bad thing. And he just has to realize that she's not really falling apart. She's really not going to commit, all the things that people will use to manipulate you. That he has to realize that those things aren't going to happen. So he's dealing and doing very well, considering. But like it's funny because this person that he was with would say all these horrible things about this man's mother. Like,
oh,
yeah, like things that were just you don't talk about a dude's mom. You just don't. You don't do it. Number one, like the way I was taught, if a man loves his mom, he's going to be a good man. That's what I had always heard growing up. You always watch the way he treats his mother. Well, if he treats his mom good, then you should be a-okay. Well, she didn't look at it that way. She was literally jealous of his mom, which is weird. Anyway, so what would happen is like she would say these things about his mom. Well, next after since she has left the house and everything, and they separated, she would still cuss and send him horrible messages about his mother. Well, the next day, her mother had literally gotten like attacked, and like she was trying to help some little kids that were the dogs were trying to drag them by a leash or something crazy, but it pulled her. She was in the ER because her shoulder was pulled out of place. The next day, she'd been talking, crap about like different people in his family. Well, different of her family, people in her family were breaking arms and all kinds of weird shit happening. And I'm going, that is one of those creepy displays of karma, like where you're seeing it. And he was like, now I'm kind of paranoid. I said, well, yeah, she's running out of her family. I was just playing, but and I'm just playing, but you do have to really watch that. That's why it's important to really protect yourself from these people. And it's not funny, but it is. It's kind of funny when right now it's funny because it's her people, but you do have to like when I've protected my own kids and so forth when I'm having to deal with somebody like that. Um, Cutting cords is something, and I feel like I guess I don't know why, but I feel like I'm needing to mention it. Cutting cords with people. So if anybody out there is needing this, if you're are leaving somebody, a relationship that has been really bitter and hard to. Um, it's like, you can't get over it. You feel like it's just kind of stuck and you're not going to make it through, and you're just either going to be dragged back, or that, your life's never going to be the same. Cutting energetic ties, when you bond with somebody, mentally and physically, or both, in such a, I guess, when there's like that love is so strong and so forth, there's a deep emotion, there is going to be an energetic connection between you and that person. And these are like, I always kind of like in my mind, like, I have a really vivid mind. I wish I could draw you guys pictures of it, because it would just be very interesting for people. Like, what the hell is going on with this poor girl? But it's like, I just imagine like these, like, different colored strings or ties or ropes or whatnot. And it's like from their heart, or their, to your heart, and whatever. And sometimes I feel like there are some people, when they're like the manipulative kind, it's from their mind, their head to your head. Like, they're, what I mean? It's kind of like a head control thing. And what you have to do, and like, when you realize that this is what's kind of one of those things going on, literally imagine yourself, envision taking scissors to that rope and cutting it. That is such an amazing deal when you have to do that. I've had to, like with, with my, unfortunately, some of you guys know, with my youngest son's dad, it's that way, because every once in a while he'll still decide to show his crazy, and I have to, like, psh, whatever it takes, because it's like, it's been 7 years. We're divorced. Oh, you're not supposed to talk to me, unfortunately. So leave me alone, and I have to kind of like just find a different way to protect myself, or and my son. So it's one of those things. But yeah, the
Oh,
core thing's
okay.
very strong.
So, two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, you're breaking up again.
Am I really?
I think it's because you're outside.
It could be. Let me go. I'll just hop in. No big deal. It's quiet.
I
Listen to
mean,
the squeaky door for 1 second. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, I'm here.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
So, that was the first thing.
Hello.
Oh, don't do that.
Why not?
Just don't do that. And the second thing, Leash has a question.
Yes.
All right. I don't know why I want to say she's British. I know you're not, but I just
No.
really want to say that. So I'm going to try to do it with the posh British accent anyway. Are some people more perceptive to paranormal activities than others?
Um. What the hell did you just say? No. Or yeah, I know what you said. You said, are more people? Are some people more acceptable to? Yeah, I do believe so. I believe some people are just born that way. Um, I believe some people are more open. And like, what happens is, okay, we're all born open, and we're not told, you know, when we're babies, because we wouldn't understand what the hell is going on anyway. But, if you've ever seen how a dog will look, or cat especially, will look off in the distance at something that you might not see, babies are the same way. Now, over time, children are told, hey, it's literally like a parent will react and make a child think it's wrong, or they're not supposed to be seeing it, etc. And I'm like, I went through the same thing. It's like my parents finally got to the point. It's like, we don't talk about that, it's because we didn't want to be the weird people that maybe they're going to send us to counseling because of. So it was one of those, and yeah, like that's what happens is parents will usually, and it's never usually out of a bad reason. It's a parent being protective and wanting to watch out for their child, you know. But a lot of times it's an adult around them that will close them and make them think it's wrong. Um, Now, some people like myself, it's like they may try to.
Oh, oh, wow. We just lost Bonnie. Okay. Oh,
What is that?
and she's back. We lost you for a second.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Are you kidding me? I had no freaking idea. I was, what?
Yeah, we lost you for a second, but you're
Well,
back.
You know where I'm at. I'm at the house that I grew up in.
Oh, Christ. And you're talking about this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the things I saw. And my, like I said, my grandmother like hangs out here a lot. Um, please don't do that, guys. But no, that's so weird. We have not had that happen the whole time. And the minute I go in, Mel.
Don't mail me. I'm not
I
in it.
know. I was just just making sure you could still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Don't worry.
So no, okay. Like, what part did you hear? Because like, when we're kids, the whole thing is like our parents. A lot of times will make us feel like it's wrong or it's something we're not supposed to see. That's one thing that happened with me, but it just didn't work. I still saw them, and my sister would see them, and we'd be like, "You saw that, right?" And we're both like, "Yeah, okay." It's mom that's crazy. It's like not mom wasn't crazy. Mom knew it was there too. It's just mom didn't want to talk about it because, and religion can also play in factor. People think that you know the Bible says you're not supposed to, and a lot of times people will. The Bible has some amazing things, but it's also got some things that people don't maybe always interpret correctly. Because you know, if you go like Bible sense, the Bible says that a person's born with the image of in the image of God, and they're like basically. So why would God fuck them up? On purpose? He's not supposed. He gave them this ability. There's a reason, and usually to help others or to give comfort and things like that. Um, but I feel like there's some people that are just don't don't close ever, so they just always are more susceptible. Some people seem to draw it. I think there's also places that you can live that I am getting a okay. I haven't had that happen in a long time. Remember how I told you that a lot of times my ear starts burning?
Yeah.
I've sent you pictures of it bright red. It's
Yes.
doing it's doing that right now.
Oh, you might be getting some visitors.
Don't do that. See, that's when I get scared. Not too scared. I don't get this scared anymore.
That's
Is there
weird.
is a dog barking at your place?
Yeah, it's across the street.
Okay, why did that have that Son of Sam feel to it? Sorry. Thanks, Bonnie. I was thank you. I watched Mindhunter the other day and I'm just totally it was such a good thing. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it's great. I love it. It's well if you like serial killers and stuff, I guess. But
Well, that'll
no,
lead you, man. Jesus Christ.
hey, I am that's so true. Maybe that's why I'm so fucking single. He he he.
So, what's your thing? I like serial killers.
So,
Really?
yes, murder and mayhem. Is that bad? Does that make me bad?
All I can say is there's someone out there for everyone.
Don't say Jeffrey Dahmer because he's not here anymore. He's not with us.
Which is kind of funny now that I think about it.
Why?
I'll tell you off air.
Uh oh. What? Oh
Uh,
my, I'm so curious now. You have just blown my mind.
yeah, I'll definitely tell you off air. But okay, so yeah, some people attract it. Sometimes they can turn it off. Sometimes it never comes off.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, hey, Grave. And and sometimes you are just able to ignore it. Like you're just so oblivious, you don't know something's actually
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Yes. A
I
lot of
think I
people are that way.
fall in that line.
Oh, you're hardcore in that category.
Just so oblivious. I don't know what's up.
Okay, well, let me explain. I have a nephew that's kind of the same way. It's funny because that's obviously it's usually they'll say it's hereditary, and it's a lot of times on the mother's side. When you kind of if you look at it genetically. However, so this is my nephew, my sister's child, which I guess I would fall in that category. But today, in fact, my sister is they're telling me about my nephew goes to school and like he's grabbing something out of his desk and he realizes it wasn't one of his papers and it has the name Billy on it. Billie. He does there's no Billies, but whatever. And he stuffs it back under there. And I said, well, pull out something else. And he had to pull something else from the desk. And the next word says aunt, A-U-N-T. He didn't think anything. And then he goes, wait, I have an Aunt Billy, or I had an Aunt Billy. But he's like, but then he just kind of passed it off. Like, whatever. Well, he comes home and my sister's was like, today's the day that she passed away. And he's like, what? So he's trying to, he's like tripping out. And I think, and like I explained to my mom and them, I said, well, okay, sometimes, and my Aunt Billy, those that knew her, she was a, I guess you'd say similar to me. She liked to play pranks a lot. She was fun. She had this big bubbly personality, and it was like a body, like one body just couldn't contain her. So it was like, she was just so spirited and fun and amazing. Well, when she did, like I told you before, they don't change. They're still going to be pranksters or whatever they were. Um, And so I started laughing because I was like, that would be the perfect way for him to mess with my nephew because my nephew's like, that's not type of his thing. And he's terrified of things. He's like my sister. He's terrified of spirits and ghosts and stuff. They scare him. But that was the type of way that she could kind of connect with him that he wasn't too frightened because it didn't follow the norm. You're thinking, of, okay, a ghost, it's going to be a dark in the middle of the night and it's going to have like it's going to kind of be like see through. You have your perception of what a ghost or spirit or how they communicate, which is not always, they're not all the same. They don't all work the same way. Well, at the same time, yes, today with my dad, and this is, and I'm not playing, it's so funny that it happened. My dad does not, he does believe, but he does not, he's never believed in any kind of paranormal type thing. He's just like, oh, you're full of shit. He got touched today, like touch. And so he looked behind him to see who, brushed up against him from behind. There's nobody there
Huh.
at all. And what's funny is my sister and my son both go, Baba, talking to my dad. Like, my son calls him Baba. So, Baba, what's wrong? What are you looking at? They were both, my sister and my son both saw him turn his head so much so that he was looking at, like he was looking at who bumped into him because he felt it was that significant, that kind of a brush. It wasn't like just that weird tickle. It was like, hey, I'm trying to get y'all's attention. So my aunt uses the two most skeptical people in my family, right? And I'm going, now y'all need to tell my cousin because she wants those messages so hardcore that what happens is a lot of times that when you're wanting them so bad, you'll miss them. You know what I mean? That like you may have gotten a message and you just didn't realize that's what it was because a lot of times like my cousin may expect it. She's going to see her mom or hear her mom's voice, and the message may not come exactly that way. So I was like, okay, so she's using YouTube to let Cassie know that she's been there. She's trying to get, you know what I mean, type thing. It's very weird how it works. And I started laughing. I said, boy, she is going all out to try to get everybody's attention with this. Because today was the day that she passed away. And it's always extremely hard for my cousin right now. And so I thought that was really intelligent of my aunt to use the scaredy cat skeptics of the family, you know. My poor nephew, though, he'll probably not be able to sleep very good anymore because he's like, if he realizes that they can get him in the day, he's like,
Oh, poor kid.
he's no, he's really terrified. You have no idea. It's like, um, he gets, he, he is so terrified something bad's going to happen that he's like, he's like, he's like, he'll ask about my Ouija board, but then he's like, oh no, He's 12, so it's like he wants to be so rebellious, but something in him just can't do it. He cracks me up. And it's like the one I was like, it's like, I've got to get this kid on the board with me because he's so goofy with it.
Oh, come on.
My sister would kill me. I would not. But,
Speaking of the Ouija board,
uh-oh.
what's your thought? Well, don't worry, it's not going to go too deep into anything. But what's your thoughts with that Z entity guy?
Okay, so, yeah, I know you don't like to say the word. And I'll just blow it out, but I'm not going to.
Oh no, you go right on ahead. It's just let me make this clear. Any and everything that wants to talk about, go to her house.
So, so, so. So, I'm sorry, I can't even do it with a straight face. I figured if I said it like Bloody Mary, that you'd freak the hell out on me here.
Well, no.
Okay, so what I think it is, and there was a word, and I can't think of the word. A friend of mine was telling me about it. Okay, what is it when a lot of people have put a lot of faith or belief in a certain a thing or an entity or something?
Are you talking about a topa?
Yes. Okay. I think. Just sit with me here. I think that this is kind of what that has become, or what Zozo is. Yes. I think it is an entity, and the only reason it is an entity is because so many people have um, put a belief in it. Now, I will add that if anybody has ever heard of when it comes to, um, okay, I don't like when it comes to certain different members, like certain different orders, when it comes to a cult and stuff. I always get a little bit nervous to mention certain ones, but there's a like the color, not silver, but what?
Oh, I'm not saying it,
Okay,
but I know what
and
you're talking about.
what time of morning?
We'll just
What is this
say
at?
Aleister Crowley's old hangout.
Okay, the first dawn. Like that blue liquid dish soap, and it's a very not silver color.
Yeah, yeah. Get
That
me
is
the
so.
the
I'm gonna have so many people going, "What the hell is she talking about?"
yeah. But
Some
I
guys
know
are
exactly what you're talking about.
right. Okay, so there was the Enochian language, and if you look into Enochian, if you can Google or whatever Enochian chanting, Zozo is one word that comes up in that chant. And when they call, what Enochian's chanting is, it's like a calling, or like, okay, so like when you have the sigils and the ends to the demons and stuff, like Belial, Iraq, Irash, Vifa, all that. When you're calling the different demons, there's also they use Enochian, supposedly the Enochian chanting, or um, that I can't. There's a certain type of angel, and I can't think of the name. That is like supposed to be like one of the most supreme. That is like, if you actually, or it's like overwhelming, and it can make people mental.
Are you
From
talking
my
about a
understanding,
seraph?
well, no, I mean, like if you look up the Enochian angels, it'll give you information. It's very, very interesting. I don't know a lot of it because it's kind of overwhelming and it's a little bit It makes me a little bit nervous, and I don't know why. But they're supposed to be so it's supposed to be so much that most people can't handle it,
Hmm.
and stuff goes crazy. But part of the chanting to, I guess, invoke or is the word in there. There's one word in there. He goes, I don't know the whole chant, but there's this zo da 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 da, and he keeps repeating it. But it's like I said, whoa, hold up, pause, rewind. What was that? Zozo. I'm like, holy shit. And so I'm like, maybe it could have been that the Enochian chanting is where the word was first started. It's like, that's a really interesting. And it does kind of have to go in there with this. It's like these angels are supposed to be borderline demonic type in a weird way, from my understanding. It's like I don't know a whole lot about it, but to me, they're a little bit on the cringy side. You know, I haven't, I mean, like I've worked with cringy things, but this one was like, I can't even say those words, so we're good. Because the chanting's pretty interesting. Um, you have to look that one up,
Yeah, I
but
think I will because I'm interested in that stuff.
hmm and
That's
the weird thing is, they're considered angelic type things, and I'm like, that don't sound very angelic. I don't know if I'd want to run into one of those angels.
and
You
no.
know
The funny thing is, Pearl wants me to go down that route.
what?
Remember how I
Oh
told you?
yeah, you wanted it that board. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
she
very
said,
weird.
"No, that's cool. Go this way." So
Okay, so yeah, then you definitely. I can't remember the name of the freaking author, but it was one of the people that there was like a ah, there's a lot of stuff on Enochian magic and Enochian chanting. It's interesting. Now I like there's some of the Enochian things that I like a lot. Um, but I think I'll just kind of, for now, steer clear of,
Yeah,
that
wow,
kind
this
of.
is like the first time
I've
I
never mentioned that. I can't believe it.
yeah, this is I can't believe it though. You're actually kind of like, I don't know about this. Like
Well,
that's
it's just it's so, and maybe it's like, you know me, I'm like your, I'm an e, I'm your goth girl type. So it's like maybe that's just too dicey. I don't know. Maybe it's what it is. It's like you. They call themselves angels. Like, why would I want to deal with that? No, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
you never know too though because and again, I have no proof of this. It's kind of like, well, either you're going to believe it or you're not, but one particular angel who hangs around me, his name is Raphael, and
Mm.
he was saying that we our classification of angels is off. And it's interesting because I was looking into how that started, and the guy who did it, he had no proof of anything. He was kind of an idiot. It's just people just went with this work. But according to him, actually, I don't even know if I'm supposed to share this or not.
Right. Oh no. What do you think?
Now that I
Why? Why
think
not?
about that, wait a second. I should probably ask: is it okay if I
Ooh.
share this information? Give the answer to Bonnie.
Oh, give it to me. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
did,
really
did,
nice.
did you hear a yes or a no, Bonnie?
I'm okay. I didn't even know the question, but because I was like,
Um,
I have to. But it's yes,
I can share the information?
yes.
Wait,
Oh, yes.
holy Christ, how did you get a yes? Wow.
Maybe, maybe somebody's supposed to know. I don't know, but I
Okay,
heard yes.
well, so
I
from what,
didn't even hear the question really, to be honest. So yeah.
yeah, that's insane. Okay, so from what Raphael was telling me, it's, telling me, I'll go into that one day. But from what I understand, the classifications that we have of angels isn't exactly right. Not entirely, anyway. So we have three different uh, three different levels, nine choirs of angels, as they call them. On the lowest level, the ones who deal with earthly matters for the most part, you have normal angels, guardian angels, and the archangels. And that in itself is confusing because you have Archangel Michael, but then you have archangels. And really, archangel only meant one angel, and then the other ones came. So who knows what's going on with that? Then you have the next tier up, and I can't think of any of their names, unfortunately. Maybe I think a cherub belongs in that one, or don't quote me on it because I truly can't remember. But then you have the third tier, and that's the one where the angels are closest to God, the highest one being the seraph, I believe. And then you have the thrones and all that. And they are six winged angels. And from what Raphael was telling me, the wings are what actually classifies an angel more so than the choir that they're supposed to be on. So archangels, according to him, yeah, they exist, but they're not exactly what we think they are. And funny grave. And if we go by the wings, the lowest level would have two wings, and then it goes to four, from four to six, from six to eight, from eight to 10, 10 being the highest. And
Okay.
that's how we look at the angels. So if we see a 10 winged angel or an 8 winged angel, they've been around, they're extremely powerful, they're in the know. And we don't know who they are because all the angels, named angels in the Bible or in the Torah or the what was it called, the Quran or whatever, they the max they will go up to is six wings. So there are dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands of angels we 100% don't know about who have 8 and 10 wings, and we can't perceive them per se. And they are different. It's like,
Hmm.
hold up, buddy. Like, and I
Interesting.
know a lot of people believe that the archangels are the protectors. That's who you call, particularly Michael, as you know. And what if I told you that's not quite right? I mean, yeah, you can pray to him, you can ask for help and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure someone will show up. But what if our view of angels is wrong? I mean, and part of it has to do with us being in the Western Hemisphere, and we are a Christian society, whether people like to admit it or not. We are, and
Hmm.
therefore Christianity has a big influence on how we see things and how we accept things. And so for
It does.
us,
Yeah.
for us, we're more likely to go with some teachings from the Bible than something from Buddha. And in there says angels were made to serve God, and then God said, "You serve man." But what if I told you that they have their own personalities, their own free will, their own thoughts, and they're not actually here to serve us? They'll help out where they can and when they can or whatever, but they're not here to serve us. They're not going to bow down to us or nothing like that. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to say bend over and take it, but the fact that
Hmm.
we see them as servants and we can just call on them to save the day, especially if we're the ones who messed up to begin with, I don't think that's quite right.
Yeah. I like that though. Well, and it's really funny because it's interesting because it kind of it would make sense as to the whole Enochian thing. Because, like, okay, I'll review the information I pulled up. The people and you may have heard of them actually, though, Melvin. Have you ever heard of John Dee and Edward Kelly?
Yep.
Okay. The Enochian calls, the magic incantations used by John Dee and Edward Kelly in the 16th century to invoke angels or elementary spirits. The calls were supposed to have been dictated backwards to Kelly as a direct communication from the angels. So, like, when he was communicating with these spirits, because he was a spirit medium, you know, he would have, they were dictated backwards to Kelly as direct communication from the angels. And it would have been, now, doing this, if you do these incantations and if you invoke these spirits, it's said that these forces are way too powerful. Like, like I said, that's why I said I'm like, hey, I'm okay with not, you know. Um, what are Enochian angels? They're entities described in the Enochian magic system, and but they're just supposed to be like a supreme type being. I guess it's the best way to explain it. It's very interesting though,
Well, now,
but it
what if we take it a bit further? What if they're not they're not, what if they're not angels at all, but
aliens.
a being from an entirely different universe?
It's very much. If you heard the freaking, I wish like, is there a way I can send you the chant and like you can play a clip?
I can, but I'm not going to do that.
Why you don't want to have everybody like having
No, because all I need is someone to say, "Oh my God, my ears are bleeding" and all that. What did you do? No, no.
like we've got like all kinds of ghosts in our house right now. What the
Yeah,
hell?
forget that.
Come on.
Maybe
Like
one
come
day, but it's
on.
not happening now. Man, forget that.
That is, okay, so if you've seen it, if you've seen Supernatural,
Well, I've seen Supernatural.
that's the angelic, that okay, so watching this is the Enochian is the angelic language that which the angels communicate in heaven on Supernatural. And that was like I think one of their episodes. What was it, this year?
Oh no, that's been around since season
Has that one been a
five.
long time? Okay. But yeah, it's one of their. See, I haven't. Oh, is that terrible that I'm like talk to spirits and stuff, and I haven't watched all this. I like watched a few of the first season, but not all of it.
Well, that's okay. It's
And I
okay.
don't remember it all. I feel wrong. Like I
Oh no,
do. I feel like it's kind of like what's it called? Blasphemy.
well, no, no. I mean, the show's not for everyone, and honestly, the first five seasons are still the best seasons. Season 6 and 7 with Sarah Gamble, she needs to go somewhere. but they picked it back up in 8 onward. But now they kind of backed themselves into a corner where they dealt with things that are just way too freaking powerful
Weird. Yeah. Oh,
and
okay. So they're
everything
getting
like
their,
that.
they're
But
kind of
this,
getting things out of control.
yeah, this is the last season anyway.
Is it? So they did say it's the last.
Yeah, this is
Interesting.
the last season, so I will definitely watch every single episode and I will salute it by drinking some lemonade.
Yeah, because that's the hardcore stuff you do.
Darn straight it is.
You're so square. It's so cute. I think it's adorable. I think you're so. No, it's your hardcore side. I'm sorry. No, I think, I think your your like gosh, your squareness is like your cuteness. I think it's something that makes you very unique and very very adorable. I
Okay.
truly do, and that's truth. I'm not being sarcastic. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I always 90% of the time sound sarcastic. I do. I know this. I've accepted it. Everyone's like, "Are you for real?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've got to work on a is like a sincere voice and make up one because this is everybody don't think I'm being sincere." But no, that's the language that they use on the show
Yeah.
um, for the angels. It's very weird though because and I don't know understand. It's very funny that the whole if you've not noticed, it's like there's like this crazy occult thing, and I know it's always come in cycles. But like at the end of the 90s, maybe it's like, ooh, mm. It seems like the last few years of like the late 90s was this way, where like the cult came back, kind of hardcore. Now, we had a little bit of a goth scene with it, but it seems like it's kind of doing that again now.
Yeah, well, it's all part of the cycle. I mean, it's going to
It's
come
very
and go.
interesting. I really don't like it when it goes. Well, I mean, I guess I'd be okay because like sometimes it weeds out the phonies and stuff that people they're just kind of doing it for the same reason they
You're
would do
a
reg,
medium from the last frontier.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I could just feel the eye roll and the annoyance.
Did you hear how heavy that sigh was?
I
It was so that came from the heart. That
gosh,
was that was sincere.
I I don't think there's anyone who can just instantly
uh,
just ugh.
she's like a butt plug, man. She just is not
A what?
comfortable. She a butt plug. You don't know what that is, do you?
I'm afraid to look it up, and I just by from what you said, I think I can figure it out. And now I'm wondering why the heck do you know what the
I've never.
Bonnie? I think I just learned something new about you, and I'm not sure I like it.
I don't do butt. The fact though, the shock in you. No, she's just annoying. Like she'd stop you up, man. She's just like, ugh. She's so phony. It's sick. Like, she, what was it she did? What was it? Keanu Reeves. She was trying to get his attention so hardcore, didn't she?
Yeah, she just
Like
has
people have to call stalker. Like they have to call police and like claim stalker on her and
she
stuff. It's
just has
sad.
a wicked crush on Keanu. I mean, he's a cool dude, but yeah,
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. What did she do? A reading? What did she try? I can't remember what it
she
was.
had a message for him from from his family or something,
You're
and
supposed to marry me and give me many
well,
babies.
it wasn't that. Good lord, it was not that. Uh,
I bet you that was subliminal in there.
it could have been. I don't know. You have to reverse the tape and let's see.
Yeah,
Keanu,
right.
give me your, you know.
No, that's just a Nokian.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but actually, since you're here, maybe Pearl will give you an answer. But Pearl, do you still want me to go down that route?
Ooh, are you getting an answer?
Uh, I don't think we're getting anything here.
What?
Yeah, it's just I know she's giving an eye roll. Like, what do you think?
Why
I'm
are you
so.
trying to pull me in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you.
you Pearl, give the answer to Bonnie.
Ooh.
Oof. What was that? What's the oof?
Well, the oof is like, I. She ain't gonna talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like a person with their arms crossed in front of them. I don't know what that's about, but I think it's like maybe I don't know if it's with you or with me, but it's like, hold on. She wants the board, and I don't know if it's the language, but there is some of the Enochian type.
Okay.
There's other things when it comes to the and okay. I don't think she wants you doing the chanting. I really don't. Um, like I mean, you could look into it and educate yourself on it, but like if you like were to utter out one of those words, I think she'd flip. As far as like symbolism or sigils or anything like that, that's a different story. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
And that's
That's
the route I was gonna go with actual
so.
sigils and
Don't
stuff.
you
So.
dare do the chanting. So, just saying.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah.
know, honestly, that actually scares me. Like that literally sent a chill down my
Did it? Okay,
spine.
so then that makes sense. Unless you definitely want you to not do the
Yeah,
chanting because
okay. I mean, I wasn't gonna do it anyway, but all right, noted.
like and like it's almost like she would let you know like you can she'll let you listen to like 5 seconds of it and you'll know why. It's I don't know. It's just very strict because there's some you know they've done it. People have done it on tape and there's like some very old copy versions of it. And I don't know if I think it might have been even Crowley on like tape like
Yeah, well,
but
now it's so funny because I like him for
I do
whatever
too. No,
reason,
I do too. In a
and
weird way, like there's things about him I like. There's things that I don't care for.
and
You know.
even though he got the, in my opinion, he got the message from Awis very wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, he got it wrong. I'll tell you why in a second. But I was actually listening to a few of his things and all that, and I have never once come across him actually doing magic. I heard him speak about it
Hmm.
and give examples, but never actually him doing it. So,
You mean the one that he got when he was in Egypt in the temple, correct?
yeah, well, that's with Awis, and
That
uh,
was his wife that literally,
yeah,
technically.
she was the one
So
who
you can
was
say that she was
channeling him.
wrong.
Well,
He
no,
that's
no,
what
no.
I'm pretty sure he would say.
Well, he could say it all he wants, but she wasn't wrong. He interpreted the message wrong, in my opinion.
Oh.
And the reason is, of course, the famous quote, do what thou wilt,
Uh
you know,
huh.
and basically live your life to the fullest, do as you please.
Hmm.
Well, okay, I think that was partially the message, but the thing is, do don't go crazy and expect there not to be any consequences. It's fine living your life to the fullest within reason. What he was doing was
Hmm.
sleeping around, drinking, just going nuts without having any type of responsibility, which again, it's fine, but he missed the point. Like, don't be a slave to work. Don't
Hmm.
live for someone else, live for yourself, enjoy life, but you don't have to overindulge on it, which he most certainly did. And it,
Right.
it took him until his 60s or 70s. I can't remember his exact age. And then it hit him. It's like, oh, I mean, I had fun. Well, yeah, I'm sure you did, buddy, but look at you
Right.
now. Like
Yeah.
he was burnt out. So yeah, he misinterpreted that. And then Crowley, he also had an issue where even though he was extremely talented and he was a prodigy, in my opinion, man, his ego. He had an
Mm.
ego. He was a fun guy from what everyone says. He enjoyed joking around, clowning around and stuff, but
Yeah.
he also liked feeling like he was numero uno. Like, yeah, I'm the top dog and stuff. I'm Mr. Important, and it's like, dude, get over yourself.
Well, there was other people in the world that have had that same effect on people. Charles Manson's one. David Koresh is another. What's his name? The Kool Aid guy. not the not hey oh hey not him. The other one. The one from sorry, don't drink the Kool Aid type guy. Jeez, that was actually Flavor Aid. Hold on, and I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. The guy that got everybody to do the mass suicide.
Oh, from Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, no, that's Heaven's Gate. Is the people that were they were flew to they were going to go to they were aliens or whatever. They were going back to their home planet. Heavens. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I know so many cults. It's ridiculous. Um,
Again, some things are starting to make sense now.
shush.
It is okay, my lovely. Bob still
Yes.
loves you and your feet.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Bob. Bob.
Yes, Bob.
Bob.
That is my name. The Mexican
Nice.
alien, no? Who
I'm
sounds
glad you
kind of
like.
French for somebody's own.
I know he's gotten a wah wah wah. Yeah, you've got some. He's kind of turned French again. Like it's got that both. He's just come back from Spain, I guess,
Yeah, he came back from Spain.
or where
Clearly.
France. Say,
Uh,
yeah. That's it.
no.
But
This is not Bob. This is
is
his
this?
cousin, Bill.
Now
William of
we have to
course.
have Bill. Bill's here now. He's saying, Bill the alien,
It
the
is I,
French, the
Bill the
French.
alien. I like the hands that smell like
Mm.
the fromage, the cheese, the
Oh
steak
my!
and cheese.
What is there was a song that they would sing, and of course it was back. Like I used to watch every when I was a kid. I watched every I Love Lucy there was, and there was a French version where it was like this French singer famous from back then. He sang the song. Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. I think is how he had said, but he said it with a French accent. It was so cool.
You need to
And
speak to my mom. She loves Lucy.
did she?
Oh,
Oh my
she
God, she's the
loves it.
best.
Yeah, I
There.
actually I got her the entire set, every
Oh,
single episode for her birthday.
did you ever watch the version or the? It's like one of the first ones where it's the Ouija board.
On I Love Lucy?
Yes, they sure. It's when yes, it's like the first, second, or third. Yes, it's like early on in the first. Yes, in the very early part of their season, they
I'm
get on one and they're trying to talk to a spirit named Tilly, and it's very very cool. It's very neat. And there's another episode where they do tarot reading. It's so fucking cool.
I'm gonna have to revisit.
You definitely will. I think you would enjoy those because it's like you. You just I could see you getting yourself caught up in that kind of a spiritual drama. It was really great. It was a good. Those were fun episodes.
I'm definitely gonna have to check those out.
Well, it was like Ethel was doing. I think it was Lucy's reading, and she's like, "Oh." She says, "Well, why do you grab that card and say, oh?" It's like you know how Lucy would do. She's like, "Well, no, that you should need. You have to tell me now. What does that mean?" Oh, I don't mean nothing. It's so cute watching it. And yeah, because it was like, okay, well, you just evidently read my card, so you're holding back on saying something really terrible is fixing to happen. And whole Lucy's whole reaction to it, it was just, it had me in tears. I was like, I could barely watch it. Now that I understand it as a grown up and everything, it was just great. I
Yeah,
think
I'm gonna have to watch it now because
it's
I had
good.
no idea.
I didn't know you. See, I didn't know you liked that. Your mom liked Lucy, and that
Oh yeah, my mom
you've been
loves it.
exposed to it.
Well, yeah, those were good television shows. I mean, I prefer Andy Griffith, which
Oh, you
honestly is
would.
probably yeah, exactly.
You would.
It's not that surprising.
I said it so terribly too. You would.
Yeah,
That.
but I like to Leave It to Beaver. I really like
Okay,
Leave
so
It.
let's just start a war here and ask your and maybe any of the viewers if I think you should totally do a poll. Adam's Family or Munsters?
Oh wow, that's an interesting one.
Mm.
Honestly, I'm just gonna go with the Adams Family
Mm.
because um oh gosh, I can't think of her name. Gomez's wife,
Morticia.
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 Yeah, she
Hmm.
was freaking hot. So that
I think that's why I think a lot of the boys and men and everything. Yeah, well, she was. She was gorgeous. I mean, she really, really was. And unfortunately, um, Herman's wife, Lillian. Now, wasn't as I don't know, like she didn't have as good a makeup or something. But now, see, I always liked Okay, I'll say the Addams Family too, but I loved when Herman would stomp his. It was like watching this big baby. Just it was so great. It's like I was like, that's my. It's like every man I've ever met. It's like look at this big guy, just romp, bump, bump. It was cute as heck. And then there's Eddie. I can't the grandpa, and of course like the normal person. What the hell?
Oh,
Like the the
the
cousin
cousin,
Marilyn.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Poor
And you
girl.
do know? Did you ever see the first Pet Cemetery?
I don't watch movies like that.
What?
I don't like movies like, a lot of people for some reason they think, oh, Melvin, you do Unexplained Possibilities, you have to like horror films and
Nope.
slashers. All that. I do not. I don't
What about
watch.
My Cousin Vinny? Have you seen that?
I love that film. That
Okay,
is
so you know the judge. That's
well, yeah,
Herman.
Herman, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Well, it's very funny because it's so funny seeing him without the makeup, but he's still. It's like he didn't need that makeup. He
You know,
looked like a Frankenstein. He
he
pulled it
does.
off really well.
He did.
He, he was an interesting looking person, and his voice was like you couldn't miss it.
What's a
It was
you?
kind of
I love
yes.
that.
Well, it's that like Vincent Price had that same. There's a certain ones that had that super creep factor that I wish some of them were around now, but it would just be amazing. I don't know what I would have them doing, but I think that I just want to listen to them.
Yeah, well, that works. Actually, I was thinking, and mostly from speaking with Angie, on my other channel. Yes, I do have a second channel. It's nothing on there, but I'm thinking about doing narration, just reading books.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, a few people said, Melvin, you have a good voice for it.
He does, you do, and that's what I've told you a million times.
Yeah,
It's very soothing.
so I think I'm going to tell bedtime stories.
That just sounds creepy.
Bedtime story? That
Well,
used to
yeah,
be a TV show. Come on.
I know, but it's like I'm gonna be in your bedroom tonight.
I never said that. I have no,
You could
no.
make it so creepy
Why would I do that? Why are you doing that? Don't
because
do that. Like,
because I do these things.
I mean that's already.
I like to make you squirm.
Gosh, I'm gonna be in your bedroom tonight, and you're gonna listen to my voice and fall asleep.
That's what will be happening, technically.
I don't want that to happen. Not like that. No, I mean, come on. I do wholesome stuff.
You do.
Her mind's
If
in the
any
gutter.
people, if people, people that know Melvin at all, it's the thing is, it's like literally he is absolutely 100% pure, pure. Like as a white driven. What is it called? This like what is it they always say on the damn movies? As the pure driven. What is it? Snow?
Pure
I,
as snow,
it's something
something like
snow or
that.
something. Yeah, it's like, but you're very, very wholesome. Wholesome. Like, if somebody needs to go potty, like, you would be the kind of, like, fiber that gives, you're wholesome. You're good. I am the people that your parents warned you about type thing, but it's okay. It's like, she's not really so bad when she gets to her. She's kind of like a sailor with boobs, but other than that, you
Well,
know.
you see,
I guess
this
technically
is.
they have female sailors now, so
I
we're
mean, it's
good.
no technically they do have them. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure a good chunk of them are lesbian, but hey, female's a female.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's a reason why the demons hang out with you and the angels hang out with me. So
Aw, are we playing the what is that? Shoot, that feels so like oh gosh, what's the word? It's not. It's like when you classify somebody or something. Why can't I? It's a simple word that I use. I know. Um, I feel like you're trying to put. What is that? Dang. Label me. Not. It's not the word, but it's like you're labeling me.
no, never.
Yeah, that is okay. It's the sad thing is, it's honest. It's the truth. It's not that you're really labeling me. It's the truth. How can it be that
Well, it's not even that. It's just your energy is one way, one place. Mine's is just something else. It's fine.
Right.
Now I would be concerned if you were over there doing some blood sacrifices and, I mean, yeah, you might do the hell Satan every now and then, which is, everyone has their thing. That's fine, but when you start like I need some blood, really? Yes. Okay.
Not mine. I need yours.
That's when I will start
Yeah.
getting freaked out. Yeah, don't do that.
No, it's not good for you.
But yeah. Anyway, back to what we were saying. When it comes to like the slasher films and the horror films, stuff like that, I don't like them. They're not for me. It's a very, very, very select few that I actually enjoy. 13 Ghosts, I really enjoyed. That's actually a good movie.
That is a good one.
And I think that's probably where we end. So I can't think of any other one. The first two Saw films, believe it or not, I actually enjoyed because they were more psychological. And then they just became very weird, killing things with no purpose whatsoever.
Wow.
They are quite freaky. But Saw 1 and 2, I enjoy. I thought they were good.
See,
Yeah,
there you go.
Casper. That's an awesome movie.
What is it?
Uh, Leash said Casper.
Oh, that is okay. It was really good. I did like that. But that was the one that played in that movie. Was the same one that was like in the new or what? Adam's Family, right? The
Yeah.
girl. Gosh, what's her name? She's cute.
Um, it's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me later.
Right.
Or wait. It's
Christina Ricci.
yeah. There
I
you go.
beat you. I beat you
Oh, okay, you
once.
got
Once.
me.
It doesn't happen often, so I just kind of have to like toot my horn in your face, like not toot in your face. I have to toot my horn in your face.
Okay, Bonnie, I just learned something else about you now. All right.
I want to make this as awkward as possible.
Jeez. Good lord. But yeah,
That is so fun.
Christina Ricci, like I did like Casper. She was okay in the new Adams Family as Wednesday, or
Like, what
as
guy didn't have a crush on her? Come on, I'm not
I actually
stupid.
did not have a crush on her. I
What?
still don't.
She,
Yeah, it's something about her. I don't think she's unattractive or anything, but surprisingly, I just, normally I go for petite chicks and dark hair, but no, she just didn't do it for me.
she was just different. She was like emo before emo was popular, you know. In my opinion, she was kind of like that edgy chick. I thought she was cool, but I guess there were some didn't. I don't think there were many that didn't like.
Yeah, I
Look at
mean, like I
that.
said, I don't think
You know,
she's unattractive. It's just
she
she.
was very well formed at a young age too. So I think it was like every, that when 14-year-old, that when like when a 14-year-old boy was crushed, that's it. And
Well, my
I
crushes
look at
was
back, and of course mine are always different. Who was yours?
when I was 14, I had several of them, but the first one that just popped out immediately is Elizabeth Hurley.
Really?
Oh, dude, I love Elizabeth Hurley.
Where did you see her first?
I want to say, oh well, Bedazzled.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
that.
remake movie with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's when I first saw her, and then it was a movie with Matthew Perry and Bruce Campbell. He
Okay.
plays
The device already ready to connect.
what?
Ooh. No, sorry. I
The
actually
device already.
that. Why does my hold on? I'm sorry.
The,
My
de-
Bluetooth speaker decided to turn on by itself. And the funny thing
the
is,
device already ready to connect.
does it not have an accent?
I mean,
The device already ready to
I
connect.
have to turn
it
it off.
does
I'm
have an
trying to.
accent, huh?
The device.
Sounds Hispanic. The voice already ready to connect.
Um,
I think it does. Does it have one? Is it just me?
no, it has an accent.
Is that normal for these things?
I have no idea. I don't use them.
Oh, you don't have a Bluetooth speaker?
No,
What?
Bonnie, I am very.
You are different.
I'm not
You're,
different. I just like. First of all, wired is better than wireless. That's the first thing, regardless
okay,
what anyone
agreed.
says.
Agreed.
And I just have no use for this being wireless, that being I don't like them. It's too many signals going around, and no.
But
Serving
that was
Sarah, that's the name of the film.
servings. Okay, I remember that one. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, Elizabeth Hurley.
She
Whew.
was in that?
Yes.
I guess it's weird. It's like sometimes, some of, like, I guess some of the actors, oh, maybe it was like because baby boy actors or guy actors were more stood out to me. Like I remembered them.
Well,
Um,
that just means you're
Obviously.
straight. So, uh,
Yeah, I believe. Surprise, surprise, people.
but,
Like always, like blowing people's mind with that.
but yeah,
Ouch.
yeah, Elizabeth Hurley though. I've always had a little crush on her. It's probably gonna stay for about 10, 15 more years, and yeah.
Aw. So that was your big first one that you remember.
I wouldn't say she was the big first one, but she was definitely a
She
big
stands
one.
out.
Oh yes, I mean I love the accent, and I like her. Just
Oh,
I just like
I
her.
I guess what's funny is like I remember the other movies you're talking about, but you have to know which one she stands out with me and most. Austin Powers.
I forgot
Listen,
about Austin Powers actually.
did you really? It
I
was
did.
weird and cheesy, but it was still funny.
Yeah, you got to remember, I like my cheesy movies to a certain extent, and then yeah,
It's too cheesy.
yeah,
Well, right.
and
Yeah.
I like Austin Power 1 and 2. Part 3 needed to go somewhere.
It's just it kind of got wild after that.
But yeah, I forgot that she was. Yeah, I forgot all about Austin Powers.
What? Did you really?
I did. I forgot all about it.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny.
Yeah. So,
It was at the time. I mean, of
well,
course,
I
I'm.
still
I
think
haven't
it's.
watched. I haven't watched it in a long time. So I don't know. There are some movies that I'll watch again. I'm going, oh, what was I
Yeah,
thinking?
some films just don't age well, and some do. You
Hmm.
gotta like a little bit of that potty humor.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas a film like Ghostbusters, that aged extremely well. It still holds
Didn't
up.
it? I know. It's so crazy how well it did.
Versus something like basically any teen romantic movie from the 80s. So every
Oh,
John Cusack movie. Better Off
right.
Dead, for
Well, like
instance.
the ones with the Breakfast Club. What are those? Those always did okay.
Oh,
Those
the
ones.
John Hughes films.
Yeah, John Hughes did okay. Cusack, I guess not.
Well, I mean, his films aren't bad. It's just they're 100% 80s.
Oh, so 80s. Oh, so 80s.
You know,
Terribly 80s. If it had Molly Ringwald in it, you knew what time era it was in. Like,
yeah.
she was gone by the 90s. She was done.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, but yeah,
She was
she's.
cute. I thought she was cute.
Uh,
She she
is she
she had
actually.
this wholesome to me.
I don't know about that. Like, her and Leslie actually favor each other.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, have I ever. I haven't showed you what Leslie looks like, have
So
I?
she has that. She must have that. Okay. So she has that. Well, there's that wholesome. If she looks like to me, Molly Ringwald always looks very wholesome.
Really, to me, she's. I don't know. I never got wholesome.
It's the redheaded thing, isn't it?
Well, no, no, it's not that. It's honestly not that. Believe it or not, I was actually in the Breakfast Club. I thought the quiet nutbag chick was more attractive, but
Ali Sheedy. Yeah, Ali Sheedy was actually very pretty in real life.
but if I have
Vodka.
to
Vodka.
pick a female from the 80s, I think most guys would actually. Yeah, the one that first comes to mind is Phoebe Case.
Case. How funny is that? Yeah, she was really cute.
So, oh my gosh, we're supposed to be talking paranormal, not.
I know. We just went straight into movies from the 80s. That is so funny.
But that's right up
But
my alley, movies and TV shows and stuff.
oh, I know. And you were like, yeah.
So,
I
um,
like those too, though.
and but yeah, horror stuff.
No, not
Uh,
your thing.
Not really. Angie likes horror movies though. She probably can recommend some good ones. Benny loves them.
Yes. I
I
am waiting for the new Rob Zombie film to come out, which is gonna. I guess it's supposed to be like Monday or something. It's a really weird day. It's only like the preview or something. But
okay. Well, I
it's like a limited preview for 3 days until it comes out like all over.
okay.
Yeah,
So
you would totally not be okay with that movie.
no,
You
I would
no.
not. Like the heels have eyes and masks. It's like, yeah, this doesn't do it for
Oh,
me. Or It was one Rob Zombie movie with,
Yeah,
and
The
actually,
Devil's Rejects.
The Devil's Reach. It's only one scene that I remember from that film,
Mm-hmm.
and it really, really disturbed me. Not,
Is it the one I'm here to do the devil's work?
nope.
Really, what scene is it?
I don't want to say
Really?
because I don't actually remember the film at all, like except for that one scene. Give me
It
one
was one of those.
second. I do want to check and make sure I'm thinking of the right film.
Because there was the okay, there was they remade Halloween. There was the um, then they did the House of a Thousand Corpses, and that was pretty freaky. It was like the one nightmare that you can't wake up from. It's kind of what it felt like to me. It's like when you're watching, it's like, oh my god, this would be like the worst wake thing to happen, and you can't actually get out of it. But it wasn't. It was actually supposed to be, happening. Whatever.
Okay, so with the Devil's Rejects, was that the one like it was a sheriff and he was
Yes.
kind of chasing after him and they had a mother, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
then yeah, this is the right film and it's only one scene I remember from it and it's I don't know of all the scenes why that one,
Uh
but
huh.
he had a knife
Uh
and
huh.
he stuck it in her privates.
Oh, that was a gun. Listen to me.
Was that a gun?
It was a
Okay.
gun. That's even worse, I think. But yeah, yeah, because he pulls it out and he tells her to. Yeah,
Yeah, and that really disturbed me and
that
just
was pretty. No, no, it was well. Okay, you want to know a cool movie fact? The guy that played Otis, and I can't think of his name right at the moment. From what I've read and from the things that supposedly, and I could be wrong, but from everything, and I'm pretty sure this is true though, that he actually had to go get help, like psychiatry. Like he had to go get counseling after doing the movie.
I can believe that.
No, seriously. I mean, like that's and the thing is, that means number one, that means he's such a good actor. Number two, that it was like at least we know that he's not a horrible piece of shit in real life, because if you look at him and his character, it reminds me of a blonde or a white-headed um, um, Charles Manson. To be honest, he kind of like it reminds me that he kind of has that look that Charles Manson had.
Yeah,
Very
that
interesting.
that movie is not for me. Leash
Yeah, I
said
could see.
that It Chapter 2 came out recently.
Ooh, thanks, Leisha, because I knew it was. I was waiting on that.
Now, surprisingly, I don't consider it scary. I don't see why people were so freaked out by it. That's one of the things.
No.
Like, oh, it's a clown.
But
So,
I think it's also because I think that Bill Skarsgård's adorable. Oh, he is such a cutie.
okay.
The guy that plays Pennywise.
I mean, the only
Oh my
Pennywise
gosh,
I accept is Tim Curry. So,
Tim Curry's a great one. But I do like the fact, the smile that that Bill Skarsgård does is it's a real smile. It's something that he had learned as a kid with his brother. His brother would creep him out by doing that, and it looks almost kind of reminds me of the Grinch, how he'll curl his lips up. So it's a legit trick that he can do, and that's kind of how he got the part. Like I think I wouldn't say how he got the part, but it's how he were like, you have like so many people up for that
yeah,
freaking
it
part, and
helped.
he totally nailed it with
That's
that.
actually pretty cool. So,
Oh yeah, you'll have to. There's an interview where he does it, and it had me in tears. I'm laughing because they would creep each other out with that.
yeah, that's actually pretty good. So, yeah, but it, though, that never scared me.
Nah,
I never got why people were freaked out by
I
it.
like it though. It's just it's not as scary as people.
But now the overall universe that it is in that oh gosh, what's his name? Stephen King universe. I
Yes.
really like that universe. Is very expansive, going into the Dark
Hmm.
Tower and stuff like that. I love things like that. And he has some freaky mess in there. Now, the guy who scared me was from Stand, I think.
Yes,
Randall.
that was yes.
Okay, he was
That was
freaky.
creepy. Yeah, that was creepy. That really was creepy.
So, but I do like the universe. And here's a little movie fun fact for you. Actually, it's a fun movie slash TV show fact.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sure you're familiar with the TV show Modern Family.
Yes.
All right, so the chick who plays Alex, Uh,
Uh huh.
the younger pudgy sister, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, she's not pudgy anymore, so it doesn't matter. Uh,
Right.
all
There
right.
you go.
So her brother is actually Pugsley from the Addams Family movies.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
they
That's
actually have
really
the
cool.
same face if you really look at it.
Well, I guess if you really, yeah, okay. Damn. Now I'm not unseeing that. You know that.
I mean, oops.
You know, that's pretty cool. I,
But
I always enjoy those kind of fun fact, those things about movies, and when you can, you know, I don't know. I like the backstories on different movies and so forth.
yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. It was like, oh wow, okay, well, yeah, everyone's a. I mean, it's a shame that her mother's kind of crazy,
Wow.
but it's still pretty interesting stuff. I'm sure she doesn't care too much. She's rich.
Right. Well, when it comes to those Stephen King movies, um, the movie, okay, what is it? The Shining. And it's classic that they have that. Gosh, what was the name of the director?
Lynch
No, well, he kind of like
or
not no
Kubrick? Was it Kubrick?
Kubrick.
Yeah,
Kubrick. It was Kubrick.
yeah. I
Stanley
always get
Kubrick.
them. I always get them those two mixed up for some reason.
Well, like I can see that a little bit, really too. Like, but like it was Kubrick, and he like where he was pushing, like really. I don't know. Have you ever seen? There's a clip, and they have it. I've seen it on YouTube, and like some people have even made like whatever. I don't know the correct pronunciation for the GIF. That's always like a battle. Like I don't know if it's GIF, GIF,
I just
GIF.
I just
I,
use them interchangeably.
yeah,
So
but so I've seen those things like, but when it's the scene where he's like really fixing to go chase her with an axe, I guess it's kind of thing, and it's like they get him like Jack Nicholson all pumped up. It's crazy, but it's almost it's kind of brilliant at the same time. But it's like you can feel the real tension in the air. Like you'll have to look it up. It's crazy how and they say though that like Kubrick really would kind of hmm, I don't know how the nice. I mean, he
no, the
was
guy
good
was a
at what
prick. Let's
he was
just
good at what he did. He was good at what he did, but he went at every means possible to get the desired effect, which was not always probably the best for his actors and actresses. How about that? That was well done. I
yeah.
said that nicely,
Oh
but
no,
it's true.
he's just a prick. He went.
Listen to you now. You're the
Well, it
one
is.
time
Well,
I'm
you
nice.
see, the thing is, I'm
You're a
not
dick.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kubrick. I think he's overrated, and it's like whatever, man. I don't, and
You're over him.
I'm not the biggest fan of hoity-toity artsy films either. Like I find them boring, slow, and annoying. If I could bomb Sundance, I probably would, because that needs to go
Gotcha.
with all those freaking hipsters. So there we go. The one thing
Damn.
that'll set me off, hipsters.
That is so funny. I don't blame you when it comes to the hipster.
So
But
I like real movies. All right.
yeah. Oh, I hear you. That's funny. But like, okay, so then what about David Lynch?
I don't like
Ooh,
him either.
I know he's got to be too creepy for you.
Yeah.
But did you like? Okay, so another cool fact. Did you know that Marilyn Manson and what's his name, Twiggy from Manson's band, played the porn stars in not Blue Velvet. What was the other one? Oh shit! It's the Highway, Lost Highway. I think it is. They
I
play, yeah.
I did not know that, and I
It's
also
so funny. It's so funny seeing because it doesn't really show much. It's like really it doesn't. But it's the scene because it's kind of like it's so funny. It's like just see this fast clip of it. I'm like, holy shit! Because I remember back in the day when that came out and everybody was realizing who it was. Like, what? Everybody was like, what the hell's going on? It was really interesting.
and I didn't even know there was another Twiggy. I only know one Twiggy, and that's
Which is
the
the actress from the fucking yeah.
well,
I
no,
knew
I
it.
I know the model.
Yeah, the Twiggy. I thought she was an actress. I might be, but no, Twiggy. Well, see, that's where. So Marilyn Manson got his name from Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson combined. And then so when it came to Twiggy, Twiggy got his name from her,
Oh,
from the
okay.
model.
All right.
So
So,
Twiggy Ramirez is one. I think he's one of the band members, former elements, and he named. So they all kind of had these weird Hollywood but feminine. It was just it's Manson. You know what I mean? Like, what can you say?
there's nothing you can't say. You just say, all right.
I still want to go see him at the
Uh,
but he's different.
so I think it's about time to start wrapping it up. But before we do, Bonnie, would
Hmm.
you be willing to use some of your um, I don't. I need to come up with a word for this. I'm just gonna call
Ooh,
it. I'm just gonna say your mutant powers
okay.
for a couple of folks that are in the chat who might have
Sure.
some supernatural questions.
Okay. Absolutely.
So if you guys have a question for somebody beyond or something, ask away. Let's see if we could get something before we go.
Sure. Sure.
And I'm actually really shocked Pearl spoke to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, there were some arms crossed. She wasn't wanting to, but
Ooh,
it was like it was almost like I don't know something about being. I don't know if she didn't want you to leave you on the spot or whatever, but it was like she crossed her arms and she reminded me of like when Tinkerbell gets pissy.
was that Pearl or Daisy?
No, it wasn't Daisy, but you know how no, it just the way her whole body, you know what I mean, like her
It
what's
was
it
one of
called?
those. Are you serious?
Yes, it was that kind of body language. That's the word I'm looking for. That body language, like I cannot believe you just did this to me, type thing.
I mean, she didn't have to answer. She normally wouldn't. Oh, you can ask whatever you want. You might be something a family member, or well, I shouldn't say that. Bonnie, you're the head of this. You,
I know. I
I,
don't mind. Whatever they have to ask, if you can repeat it, because I don't because if I listen, I don't want to pull the chat up on my phone because I'm afraid that it'll just do all kinds of feedback.
yeah, I
So,
will
so if you'll
definitely,
read it, that's all I need.
I will definitely read it, and I will try to do it in the best voice I possibly can.
Not the French.
I was not going to do anything
Do
in
Bill.
French or nothing like that.
No Bill. Okay.
No, William.
I have a coworker named Bill, and I call him Billiam.
Billiam. Oh, Bonnie.
Because I'm just me. He's used to me.
Yeah, but yeah, that truly, honestly, I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, Raphael, I can halfway see.
But it was just like a quick yes. Like, ah,
Yeah, he's just to the point, isn't he?
yeah. It's funny. I love it. It's great.
And Daisy, I know she'll
She's
usually
she's great, but she's flighty. It's cute.
flighty.
Well, like not in a okay, like in a bumblebee kind of way. Like bounces around. So
Yeah,
she's interesting.
but that makes sense to me though. I mean, it's just probably has a lot of energy, and here I am with, I'm a
A
yeah,
sloth.
I'm a sloth. I mean,
If you were an animal, you'd be a sloth. But those are so cute. I want one. I want one so bad.
a
I would just
sloth. Why? So you
yes.
could just look at him.
Like he'd just lay there all dramatically. Yes. They're just there. They're just there.
There.
They're
Oh,
just there.
Leash, did I answer your
Hmm.
question? I don't even know if I answered your question. She asked,
You
"What are
did
we asking?" And I
anything you want to ask. Anything, like if you have any questions, I would say, do you? I mean, like you can ask anything paranormal, or if you want to know something personal, like not obviously not too personal, but yeah, like you can do like a psychic type question or whatnot.
yeah, there we go. Okay.
Anyway, you know how I am with that word.
Oh, okay. So no questions.
So you don't have a question?
No,
Okay.
this all right. That works for me. So I
Yeah.
gave everyone a chance. So yeah, I think I will ask one if it's all right with
Yeah.
everyone. So I'm gonna ask one question from each of my guides. So, first things first. Daisy, is there anything you believe I should know that you can relay to Bonnie? Stop being a lazy bum.
Hmm. Is that my message? No.
Okay, well, I guess she's not saying anything.
They're all like, yeah, we're. That's so funny.
What, they're all saying something?
No, no, no. I'm saying no, no, no. I'm saying were they all going to be stubborn today?
Oh, wow. No one is saying any. Okay, well, I guess
Is she? Yeah.
that's interesting. Actually, okay, then how about this? Is there something that Bonnie should know? Or is there a message for her that she should pay attention to that she has not been paying attention to?
What happened? What was that in the background of your house?
It was, don't worry, it was nothing.
It's like God. That was the kind of answer. Shit.
Yeah, no, no. But yeah, how do you like that? This is the first.
I know. Well, like okay, maybe ask if am I finally getting my am I like trying to am I finally figuring things out a bit? It's what I maybe am hopefully. No answer.
Wow, what the heck? What is
They
going
are.
on?
I think they're on break.
Well, actually, it's so funny you say that because every now and then I do think Daisy goes on break. I think so.
She's. Oh, I can see that. She is the best. She's fun.
So yeah, okay. Well, this is the spot to end it. Then we couldn't get nothing happening.
Guys, that is fine. Like, oh, I may be doing, and I'm not sure yet, but I may be doing like depends. I got a couple of places that I need to clear for people, um, like when it comes to issues they're having and so forth. I have a couple of people that have asked me, and I may be doing some small, short, I'd say, I guess, feeds or live things from there if I do. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. So just throwing that out there. That might be fun. Maybe I can get you in on that and kind of like do help me out with some of those, like just from your end of things, Mel.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No, he's like, no, that didn't happen. And he's so funny. He gets so scared.
So okay, Bonnie, if people are interested in yapping with you, or perhaps even wanting a reading done by
Mhm.
you, or they want to check out the videos you put up, where can they go? How can they contact you?
Um, yeah, like you can go to my like Bonnie Woodruff on Facebook, which is easy. And I think, and then of course they think, and then same. It's Texas. It has the underscore Gypsy Warrior on that's on Instagram and on Twitter. It's Bonnie Woodruff as well. And Raven is I don't know what I have on. I cannot think of my YouTube, but um, that would be another one. But if you need a reading, that best way to message me would be through Facebook um, and Instagram. I do answer both. And I am going to start doing where probably start 30-minute like video chat message or readings, probably for like you know 20-25 bucks, depending on the type of reading it will be. But it's going to I'm going to try to keep it really fair and so forth. Um, and if people are interested in somebody to help you develop any type of your paranormal type, your gifts that we all have, then that's something I'm thinking about doing as well. So just hit me up if that's something that you're interested in doing.
Your mutant powers, as I call it. You can be an
My,
X-Men.
I think I like mutant powers better than the word psychic.
So,
Psychic just, I don't know, it just annoys me. I guess because of
oh,
the,
I know why.
she just has ruined it.
Psychic medium. Okay, guys. So those links to contact Bonnie and check out her stuff will be in the description below. And also, don't forget to check out Unexplained Possibilities on Facebook and Twitter. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much for hanging out with us on this late night stream. Super appreciated. Hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed. Bonnie, did you enjoy?
I enjoyed, guys, so much.
And I'm not sure what I really have happening this month on Unexplained, but keep your eye out on our Twitter, Facebook, and of course the YouTube, and something will pop up. So
Hmm.
thank you again, guys, and remember, there are things that go bump in the night. Go ahead and tell them hi. Bye, everybody.